Hey everybody, it's Randy Ray, the Literate Texan, here at Driftwood Ranch with my review of yours truly, Elvira, Memoirs of the Mistress of the Dark, which I just finished a few minutes ago, written by Cassandra Peterson, who created the character of Elvira, and wanted to show off the book, and also want to show off the bookmark that I used in this particular reading. I got this from Criminale when I became a patron, and I think this is a really cool bookmark because when you put it inside the book, you see here, it looks like he's peeking out at you. So I thought that was pretty neat. So anyway, I saw this actually, and it's appropriate that I use Criminale's bookmark because one of the places I got a recommendation for this book was his channel, and the other one was Grape Jelly Library. Floss recommended it there. So, you know, one of the things that I liked about yours truly was that it was clearly not written by a ghostwriter. She might have had some help in terms of copy editing or grammar, spelling, that sort of thing, but it was clearly written in her voice. And I didn't realize that she's 70-something years old now. I guess she's 73. I'm not sure when this came out, but it's really recent. Looks like the first edition came out September of 2021, so it's 2 years old this month. But yeah, it's pretty fascinating. You know, her being 73 now means that she was born, I guess, right around 1950. So anyway, it almost seemed like two books. The first half of the book was kind of the story of her growing up and also about, you know, becoming a go-go dancer or what passes for a go-go dancer, you know, at the age of 14. And then by the time she was 18, she was a go-go dancer in Las Vegas. And she met a lot of celebrities in Las Vegas and experienced a lot of mistreatment at the hands of a lot of the men in Las Vegas, but not all of them. But yeah, she met Elvis, who actually comes off very well in this particular memoir. She met Frank Sinatra, who I hate to say comes off like a real jackass, which is unfortunate because I'm a huge Sinatra fan, at least the singing. Of course, I've got a friend down in Houston who claims that Sinatra doesn't sing at all. He just barks his lyrics, but I don't agree with that, and I don't think most people do either. But maybe the most disturbing story is Tom Jones, who, spoiler alert, she lost her virginity to, but who was incredibly cruel to her on multiple occasions. But anyway, you know, she spent some time as a groupie for various bands, met a lot of different musicians from the 60s who were popular, you know, because I guess this stuff was taking place between 1964 and 1969, 1970. But it's a little bit disjointed. You know, it's a lot of fragments, a lot of juicy gossip kind of stuff. To me, it got a little more interesting when she created the Elvira character, and I wish there had been more about her career as Elvira in the book, but it almost seemed like that part got skated over in favor of some of the other stuff. This is one of those memoirs, too, that has a bunch of pictures in the middle, which used to be really, really common. But I thought this was really cool. You know, and some of these are family pictures and stuff, but, you know, you can see kind of what we've got going on here. You know, I've always been kind of a boobs guy myself, so I was always a big fan of Elvira growing up. In fact, one of my first girlfriends, actually my very first girlfriend, used to dress as Elvira for Halloween, which, you know, I certainly enjoyed. I like this picture of her with her dog there, too. I think that's really sweet. But yeah, you know, she's a character. One of the more interesting stories, too, she was one of the groundlings, along with, like, Phil Hartman and Pee Wee Herman, who recently died. And then later in life, she got involved in a lesbian relationship, which she's been in for like 20 years. And given how the men treat her throughout the book, that seems to be the ongoing theme is the amount of abuse that she suffers at the hands of various men. But she had this house called Briarcliff Manor out in California, and she has some ghost stories about that. but there's a chapter about living in a haunted house. Eventually, she sold the house to Brad Pitt, but it's full of that kind of stuff. It's a fun, light read. I'm also in the middle of Jimmy Buffett's memoir, A Pirate Looks at 50. So, I guess it's turned into memoir month for me. But yeah, I would recommend this if you grew up watching Elvira on TV like I did. I'm a child of the 80s. I went and I guess Elvira, Mistress of the Dark is her first movie, which came out in 1988. Apparently it's quite an adult, a cult classic. So I added that to my queue on Prime Video, and I'm looking forward to watching it. So anyway, that's all I've got for my review of Yours Cruelly, Elvira, Memoirs of the Mistress of the Dark. But if you've read it and want to leave a comment or something in my review made you think about it, I'll talk about it with you in the comments, and I'll be back soon with another video. Thanks for watching.